So yeah, Caitlin Clark is going to be an all-star. And if you guys have not seen the media, what the media are doing, I'm just sitting there like, why do they think this is going to be any different? Why did they think this was going to be any different? Because most of the media who are voting for Caitlin for the all-star team. Why? For a number.
So the two best players in the WNBA, at least to me, are all-star captains. That being Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier. Of course, Clark, Indiana Fever superstar. Collier, star of the Lynx, who is having an MVP season.
Fans are losing it, and not because their team lost. It's all about Caitlin Clark, who just walked into the WNBA All-Star game like she owns the league. The media handed her a golden ticket, and now the haters are in meltdown mode. Was it talent, hype, or just chaos magic? Whatever it was, this drama's hotter than a Phoenix summer, and trust me, it's not just about basketball anymore. It's about spotlight, legacy, and backlash. And Caitlin? She's right at the center of it all. Let's break it down.
Caitlin Clark, the only WNBA player receiving over 500,000 fan votes for the WNBA All-Star Game. Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull, the Fever 4, sitting in the top 10 when it comes to WNBA fan voting for the All-Star Game. Every chance the Indiana Fever fans, every chance Caitlin Clark fans, every time they have a chance to show up.
Caitlin Clark is officially an all-star. Cue the confetti, the Instagram highlight reels, and, of course, the completely unhinged meltdown from rival fanbases. Apparently, some folks think the world should only recognize their definition of earned, because nothing screams, "I'm totally not mad," like tweeting in all caps at 2 a.m. while your team sits on a 14-21 record, soaked in regret and desperation.
So the two best players in the WNBA, at least to me, are all-star captains. That being Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier. Of course, Clark, Indiana Fever superstar. Collier, star of the Lynx, who is having an MVP season. Clark has had a little bit of an up and down season for her, relatively speaking, because she's been in and out of the lineup. Collier did miss a few games with a back issue as well. And of course, Clark had the shooting slump before she went out with the latest injury. Don't know how much that was related or is related, but Clark's impact on the floor is apparent when you see her there and when you see her off, and her numbers are still awesome. Not to mention, she's by far the most popular player in the league, and this is decided by fan voting, and it makes you feel good about what the exhibition can be.
Let's not act surprised. We all saw this coming the moment Caitlin Clark entered the league. She didn't just bring talent. She brought gravity, ratings soared, attendance doubled, merch vanished faster than Beyoncé tickets, and yet, here we are, same tired rerun. Same bitter chorus, the haters saga, where the one player putting up numbers and dragging a franchise back to relevance is somehow still labeled overrated, usually by fans of teams that would gladly trade their entire starting five just to get a fraction of her spotlight.
Pretty clear. There are two key WNBA players that are on a different level than the rest of the WNBA. And when it comes to Caitlin Clark, she's even another step up from the person that finished second. But look, it'd be irresponsible of me not to mention Napheesa Collier in all this because, well, she got over 1.1 million votes herself.
If Caitlin Clark isn't an all-star, then honestly, who is? What more does a player have to do? Juggle flaming swords on a unicycle while draining logo threes with her offhand? Solve climate change during halftime? She's averaging 16.3 points, 6.2 assists, and 5 rebounds as a rookie, all while carrying a franchise and wearing a target on her back every night. If that doesn't scream all-star, then maybe it's time we redefine the whole concept, or better yet, just cancel the game and replace it with a cornhole tournament starring backup mascots.
Caitlin, when she's played, has been the best guard in the WNBA. She has. I mean this when I say this. It is it's not like she's like stratospherically better than a Skylar Diggins, but she's been better when she's been on the floor than any other guard. Even in her slump, she had a 20 and 10 game. She had a 20 and 10 game in her slump. She set the record for most 20 and 10 games. She's the only guard with triple-double. She had a 32, 9, and 8. She nearly had a 30-point triple-double in a win against the Liberty, who at that stage were undefeated.
And please, spare us the tired, media bias, meltdown. The media isn't in some underground lab cooking up fake stats. Caitlin Clark is out here doing what generational talents do, changing the game just by existing. You don't watch her because she's trendy, you watch because every single time she touches the ball, something wild might happen. Logo threes? No-look dimes through human traffic? She makes it all look like a casual Tuesday night run at the YMCA. Honestly, the only thing missing is a Marvel logo on her jersey, because half the stuff she does doesn't even seem legal in real life. Yet here come the pearl clutchers acting like she got her all-star nod through some shady backdoor deal involving a briefcase, secret handshakes, and a dimly lit parking garage. Let's be real. The same people screaming that she doesn't deserve it, they're watching every game, every replay, zooming in on one missed rotation or a turnover from 2 weeks ago, whispering to themselves like it's some twisted sports voodoo. Please mess up. Please mess up. It's not analysis. It's obsession.
Clark proves once again, nobody really started to care about the WNBA until she started playing. In 2023, in the WNBA All-Star voting, they got a total of 1.17 million votes, just a year before Caitlin Clark joined the league. 2 years later, 1.29 million votes as a single player.
Let's be honest, Caitlin Clark could drop a triple-double, rack up 5 steals, commit 0 turnovers, and cure a small illness during the third quarter, and the haters would still call it mid and cry conspiracy, because this was never about merit. It's about a rookie who came in, flipped the script, and refused to follow the unspoken rule of wait your turn. They can't handle that she's the engine, the fuel, and the fire, all in one. Caitlin didn't chase the spotlight. She just burns so brightly, it exposes every crack in everyone else's game. Her teammates are still learning her rhythm in real time, defenses double her by default, and the refs? They practically whistle every time she inhales. This isn't a rookie season. It's a full-on crash course in surviving the basketball Hunger Games, and she's not just surviving. She's rewriting the whole playbook.
Well, what do you know? What do you know? Caitlin Clark does it again. Shout out to Nafisa Collier. Caitlin Clark and Nafisa Collier are named your all-star captains. Well deserved, well deserved. Caitlin Clark is the GOAT. Nafisa Collier is playing like the best player in the league right now. My front runner for MVP, playing for a dominant Minnesota Lynx team. This is right. You guys got it right. They should be the all-star captains.
Meanwhile, some of Caitlin Clark's loudest critics couldn't diagram a pick and roll if you handed them a Sharpie, a whiteboard, and cheat codes, but suddenly, they're all experts on what a real all-star looks like. Let's be real, if Caitlin's name wasn't on that all-star roster, the backlash would have been louder than if they canceled the game entirely. You can't call it an all-star game and leave out the most watched, most talked about, and most impactful player in the league. That's not a game. That's just brunch with sneakers, and to the she's only popular crowd stomping around like popularity is a crime. Since when did being wildly entertaining become a bad thing? This is sports, not a tax seminar. It's supposed to be watched, debated, and obsessed over. Let's be honest, without Caitlin Clark, this all-star game would be viewed by the families of the Players 3 board ESPN interns and that one guy who forgot to change the channel after SportsCenter. No Caitlin, no. Watch. She's not just part of the WNBA ecosystem. She is the ecosystem, the marketing department, brand manager, and executive producer all rolled into one. And yet, people are still pretending like her presence is some sort of grand injustice, even when she's facing fully healthy stars, like a red-hot Sabrina Ionescu dropping 32 or 34, Caitlin's still holding her own, still elevating the game. But sure, tell us more about how she hasn't earned it. Clark from Caitlin Clark. It is genuinely alike an unquestionable one that Caitlin Clark has been top 4 guards, and I think it's unquestionable when she's played that top 4. Let's be honest, if 50% of media voters decided not to vote Caitlin Clark into the All-Star game because she hasn't played enough games, while turning around and picking players like Alicia Gray over names like Sabrina Ionescu, we're not talking about fairness anymore. What's actually unjust is the energy being wasted trying to discredit Caitlin while ignoring the glaringly obvious truth. She's doing more for the WNBA than any PR campaign ever has. Caitlin isn't just the face of the league, she's the drawbridge to an entirely new generation of fans, sponsors, and believers. Her stats? Elite. Her vision? Insane. Her court presence? So commanding that veterans are adjusting how they guard the arc. If that's not all-star material, then maybe we should just pick players based on vibes and astrology, because clearly the bar is somewhere 6 feet under, and let's not kid ourselves. All this outrage isn't about qualifications. It's about disruption. Caitlin Clark is rattling comfort zones. She's shaking up the status quo like a soda can in a paint mixer. And the people losing their minds over her success, they're not mad at her. They're terrified of what she represents: change. Loud. Bold. Undeniable. So yeah, rival fans are furious. They should be. Their carefully curated basketball gatekeeping just got dunked on by a rookie in her first season. And it wasn't even close. Caitlin Clark didn't just earn her all-star spot, she redefined what an all-star is supposed to be. Not just stats. Not just highlights, but impact. At every level. Go in that league and tear it apart. These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid. And Diana said it best: this kid's in for a rude awakening. This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. This rookie class isn't even one of the best rookie classes in the last 10 years. She's just not built for the physicality of this, but influence, consistency, and a fearless sense of purpose. That doesn't ask for permission to shine. She's not just part of the WNBA story, she is the plot twist. And if you're still not convinced, don't worry, she'll see you at the All-Star game and probably hit a logo 3 right in your favorite player's face. But that's the thing, isn't it? These anti-Caitlin Clark crusaders keep forgetting that the WNBA isn't some neighborhood pickup league where everyone gets a juice box and a ribbon for participation. It's a business, a real one, with payroll, sponsors, and arenas that echo louder than a ghost town if nobody buys tickets. So while the purists are out here clutching their vintage box scores and whining about integrity, the league is out here doing what it should be doing, maximizing its most valuable asset. Caitlin Clark isn't just an athlete, she's the walking dribbling stimulus package the WNBA has been praying for since its inception. If you think they're not going to put her front and center in the All-Star game, then you're clearly living in a fantasy land where ticket sales are powered by vibes and righteous indignation. The All-Star game, she was number 2, which tells you exactly how freaking many votes Caitlin Clark got, because Caitlin was first. We'll get to that in a second, but here we are right here. Caitlin Clark and Nisha Collier named the 2025 AT&T WNBA All-Star Game team captains. Clark earns her second All-Star selection, Collier her 5th. Both players are All-Star captains for the first time. Let's be absolutely clear. Here nobody is showing up to watch the 6th woman from a mid-smacket team hoist up awkward floaters and hope for the best. No shade, but nobody is buying $300 resale tickets to see balanced basketball or strategic